workarounds. In other words, the handgun qualification is a blockade against folks in Baltimore or anybody who doesn't own a car who's not near public transportation. These are all designs. They're trying to keep. They want to make it so you can't buy ammunition in Baltimore unless you turn over your driver's license and register in a book and God knows get fingerprinted. I mean that's just a way of making.
That's part of the same bill.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just
Do you know the number? Did it drop yet? Or?
Yeah, it's dropped.
HB 466. 466. Just remember 66 evil. It's just, in other words, it's just what we're seeing are measures where gun control we're used to. The gun attempts to just take gun grabbing is not happening. They're trying to cripple you, to get a. So you can't get you can't get the license to be able to purchase it.
Right,
so
right.
now you got a license. Now you have to have one that stamps the serial number every case. But imagine that there's no guns that ever do that. It's de facto,
and it's only in Baltimore City.
And it's only in Baltimore City. But our biggest objection is the very basis of the gun laws in Baltimore. The white power structure decided we can control this by passing these, like the law that says that they can't have to be quality guns. That's a de facto. Yeah. I mean, it's just I own a handgun that I bought for $95, just fine. The reason that I was able to buy it is because it was a much more expensive gun than I bought used, very old. And it's still very workable. So what we're saying is, it's very clear, and we could probably try to send you some material. The very genesis of Maryland gun laws, right after the Civil War, was to keep freedmen from having access to guns, while white landowners got it. It goes all the way back to that.
There's so many things about Maryland in general that are systemic, and it's been systemic. But now it's just perpetuating illegal gun activity, which will then create more black men in our prison system.
They were shot dead because that's not going to stop it.
With no trace of who did it because they're all just on the streets, guns on the streets.
The big comparison is, Richmond is a major metropolitan area in Virginia, which is the biggest state is in. They have the freedom for citizens to purchase guns, to purchase firearms that day and take it home that day. Imagine, there have been cases where people are under threat, women are under threat. They got a crazy boyfriend who's gone crazy, and they're afraid they're going to be killed. And they can't. And the HQO takes 30 to 40 days to get. And then you got the 8 to 10 day, effectively 8 day cooling period. So now you're making a single woman wait almost 2 months. And in New Jersey, there was a woman who begged for a permit. Said, I have somebody who says he's going to kill me. Halfway through the permit process, the guy killed that woman. Wow. In New Jersey. And there was a huge uproar. New Jersey's such gun haters.
So do you have domestic violence people on, helping you lobby for this? Or?
We've tried to ask the moms demand action. Moms demand action. They say that they are focused on the victims. We say they're having a hard time processing that maybe one of the most immediate things you can do for a woman who's under threat is to give her a revolver or something that's anybody's ever seen a cowboy movie knows how they work. How you load them, how you use.
Maybe. I don't know.
He just
come on now, if anybody's seen Roy Rogers.
We have a revolver, and we just practiced loading it, and it was not as easy as it looks on TV.
Well, but I
still think the training needs to be there. I think it just needs to be available. I never thought about that. So we live in Baltimore County. I know where the gun ranges are, but in Baltimore City, I never thought that there's none. So I never knew that there was none in Baltimore City. So when you say that, then I understand. But I have guns, but I do think though you should know how to operate a gun.
Yeah.
I think that just giving you a gun without giving you some kind of or knowing that you know what to do with a gun, I think that I think there's a middle ground that can be, made. So it's purchase guns. The weight limit doesn't really matter. That's stupid. Because there's no really cooling off period. If you already got a gun, it's I just take my other guns. While I'm waiting on that, I still have guns.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's stupid. But
what I'm saying is Maryland firearms laws are almost nobody's ever reflective about it.
Yeah.
About how they create hassles or obstacles or even safety dangers, safety threats. So all I'm saying is we're just asking every delegate to think that the freedoms that they have in Virginia doesn't cause a Wild West shootout, there's not bodies laying all over
Richmond.
Richmond.
Worse than it is in Baltimore right now. So.
Baltimore may be the most dangerous city in America.
Oh, you definitely
Baltimore
are.
may be
has the ability to have the state police accept self-defense as a good substantial reason to get a handgun permit. So the good people in Baltimore City can actually carry a firearm if they so choose to defend themselves. Because what we've done so far doesn't work.
Yeah, it's not working.
So let's give the law-abiding, and there's lots and tons of good law-abiding folks in Baltimore City. Let's give them a chance.
And make it easier for them to do it.
And empowerment, because that little bit of empowerment will help stop other crimes.
Right.
And the training, there's lots of people who it's almost like every walk of life has people who really like to show people the ropes, whether it's how to paddle a canoe, how to shoot a bow and arrow. There's always people who like to teach other people to do that, and they'll do it for free.
Right.
And there are a lot of resources out there.
I mean, I still think that the ex-felons should be able to carry a gun. You can't get a gun permit just because you committed a felony.
Well, common law dating back to the Magna Carta has removed dangerous weapons from felons if they are dangerous. Now,
drug charges aren't dangerous.
Right.
They're
Well, actually, in Virginia, depending on the type of felony, like if it's blue collar crime or something like that, they can apply to a judge to get their gun rights back.
Yeah, I think that's what she's saying.
Right.
Because
I agree.
We can make a distinction because common law has always said if you're afraid, if the person is somebody you really need to be afraid of and they've been designated a felon, common law says that they, for 1,000 years, that the community takes their weapons away from them. Yeah, great to talk.
Thank you.
Well, thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate the education, man.
Thanks for something.
See you later.
Thanks for something to ask about it. The sign doesn't nearly tell it all.
Yeah.
There's a discussion behind it.
Yeah, and it's honestly odd seeing 4 or 5 white men talk about Jim Crow law. So I was trying to figure out what you guys are talking about.
Well, that's what the sign is designed to do, is to ask people to decide. I think I'd like to hear what this is about.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you get a delegate to sign on, or a senator to sign on.
Yeah, good
I
deal.
mean, I'm hoping y'all. I'm assuming y'all lobbying, right?
We're pavement lobbyists.
We're pavement lobbyists.
We're pavement lobbyists. Is what we are.
I like that.
Take care. Have a good night.
Good night.